Maybe it's because I slept a little better this time around, or maybe it's because SmackDown is just a nice 2 hours instead of 3, but I wasn't falling asleep while watching the show. Just like with Raw, there was good stuff and there was bad stuff. So let's get this gimmick started.
What?
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are fucking hilarious! True, they started off the show with the now generic tradition of talking to begin the show, but I was grinning like an idiot the whole time that Sami was giving us an in-depth analysis of the different areas of the arena where we see the action to justify his assist to Owens last week. And what did he and Owens get for being smartasses? Owens gets RKO'd by Randy from behind while he's alone in the ring. Shane announces that he and Owens are facing Orton and a partner of his choosing at Clash of Champions, and Sami is clearly hating the entirety of the turn of events. It was funny as fuck, I was entertained, and it was a great start to the show.
What?
Rusev and Aiden English were victorious in their tag team match against the New Day, surprisingly. And what's more surprising is that this whole Rusev Day thing only seems to continue to get over with people, myself included. I've found the whole Rusev Day singing bits funny ever since English and Rusev became a thing. And now they have a victory on a team that's competing for the tag titles on the brand's upcoming pay-per-view. If that doesn't lend them some credibility, then I don't know what will. So that's awesome stuff. I was happy to see it, and I can't wait to see more of English and Rusev in action together.
What?
And there were more surprises in this show, such as when Mojo had some mic time when he was interviewed by Renee Young. If you've been watching WWE for a while now, you know that there's been times in the past in which they've split up tag teams, and then the bigger guy gets a push, and he's this grumpy, boring bad guy that delivers grumpy, boring promos, but he actually had some fire to his words. And everything he said makes sense, because in reality, we all know that the WWE only sees Zack Ryder as a jobber that makes other talent look good, and it's absolutely true that being paired with Ryder has prevented him from doing other, more meaningful things because of it. I said last week that he was undoubtedly the one that would get pushed, and I wasn't terribly excited for it. And really, you can't blame me, because when you think of the Hype Bros, you don't think of quality entertainment, do ya? But after this promo, I'm definitely interested in seeing what else he can do.
What?
So all these women get in Daniel Bryan's face about how none of them are scheduled to appear at Clash of Champions, and to appease them, Daniel announces that they'll be the Lumberjacks in Natalya and Charlotte's championship match. That's alright, I suppose. It makes sense if they're keeping with the theme of championship matches only. Oh, and remember that bit I said last week about Sarah Logan sounding forced and fake when she spoke? Yeah, there was more of that again this week. What the hell was she going on about? Talking hunting game and tasting game and shit. Jesus Christ, that was bad. But Ruby, she came across way better, sounded real good, and she's definitely got it. And you just know that there's gonna be chaos in that championship lumberjack match.
What?
So apparently Ziggler was added to the US title match at the pay-per-view. This was news to me, cause I hadn't heard of it until Roode and Corbin were actually on screen and talking about it. So that was weird. But you know what was even weirder? The fact that they had all three men, who all clearly don't like each other, literally be standing side by side, elbow by elbow, and nothing happened other than their verbal exchanges. I mean, what the fuck? If you're after another guy's gold and you hate the prick, why would you just stand so close to him comfortably and do nothing? Yeah, that was just weird as fuck. Didn't make much sense to me, and they could have gone about the whole thing in a different way if they just had to have all three men get screen time during the show.
What?
The Hammer Bros killed 2 jobbers on live TV and no one batted an eye. Seems legit.
What?
Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin were in a match against each other, and they both ended up getting taken out by Ziggler with a zigzag for each, and that was fine, I guess. Remember what I said earlier about how, in their shoes, one should show how hungry they are for the gold? At least we got a taste of that with this, and Ziggler was awesome on commentary, and it's always nice to hear some good commentary for a change.
What?
Charlotte was in a match against Tamina. Can you blame me for not caring for it? I mean, come on, Tamina was in it, and who cares about her? And could I be the only one who isn't really buying into the feud for the women's title now? When Charlotte won it a few weeks back, I said that it was one of those rare and awesome feel-good moments, but in spite of the women saying that they all want to be at the pay-per-view, it doesn't feel like there's a genuine chase for the title going on between the two main women right now. Could that be because there's so many women involved? Maybe. There's an idea for you.
What?
As was obvious, Kevin Owens ended up freeing himself from the handcuff that was attached to one of the lower ring ropes because Sami Zayn got out some bolt cutters from under the ring, which he eventually used to cut through the chain of the handcuffs. And that was all fine and good. It was predictable, but it was good. And what was also good and predictable is that Nakamura's the one that's teaming with Orton to take them both on that Clash of Champions. I mean, really, who else did you think would be teaming with him? It couldn't have been anybody else. And that was SmackDown this week. And you know what? When they showed the screens for all of the matches that have been announced for the pay-per-view, I thought, damn, they really have crammed as many people into the show as they could. We have a triple threat for the US title, a lumberjack match for the women's title, and a fatal four-way tag team match for the tag titles. And you can make of that what you will. Before you go, don't forget to hit a Kinshasa on the subscribe button. This was 20 by 20, and I'll see you here next week for more of WWE's shows.